Hello, beautiful people. How we doing? I hope you're all well out there. So, some of you might notice, oh, my glasses. I've decided to come on quarter of an hour early every week now, just because I can just say hello to everyone, see how everyone's doing, and stuff like that. And then when Matt comes, because straight away start. So, if you're on replay group, hello, how are you? But you can skip the first 15 minutes. It's just going to be me saying hello to people in chat, and that's about it, really. So, yeah, please feel free to skip it 15 minutes. But before you do, please make sure you like the video, that you subscribe to the channel, and you hit the notification bell. Now you can skip. Um, with that, Mel, how we doing? Glad it's back. I love try watching with Dylan and Matthew. Yes, we're glad you're here. You know, you're like a resident here every Saturday. Your arse sits down for trial watch with Matt and myself, and a couple of others, as and when they can. So I was just messaging you back saying hi Mel, just setting up. Hi Christine, Fortunato. How are we, Christine? How are we with the Italiano? How are we, Christine? Are you well? I hope you are well. I love it. My Italian accent needs to work a little bit. But yeah, happy Saturday to everyone. I hope you're all well out there. It is a bit of it's a crap day outside. Um, my sister, well, half my nieces, uh, just arrived an hour ago, soaked, went to a Christmas fair, got absolutely drenched. So they've been keeping warm here. I was like, look, I go on stream. So they're entertaining themselves. Because my other nieces are out in the rain still. I'm like, what are they doing? But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're not here for that. It's all good. So I'm hoping we have not got Dr. Hines today. Dr. Hines is no today because his brother has got a boxing match today in London. I think it's in London anyway. So Dr. Hines won't be with us. He sends his apologies. He loves being here, but it's all good. It's all good. I believe, I'm not sure. Believe Sally's talk with Sally's coming. But I know she's got a couple of bits on at home, work wise. So hopefully she can arrange it so she can pop in at least. So, and then I've sent an invite to Mighty Meat. So we'll see if he turns up as well. But Matt is coming. I'm just sending Matt a message now, just so we get in. Um, let's get this here. Hang on. I got a message just in case. Matheau Moore. Right. Just to know when I live so ready when you are. Okay, so I'm messaging now just to remind me that we're on. But yeah, everyone else who's here, say hello. There's people here, but no one's chatting. So just say hello. Hello and chat. It's all good. It doesn't matter. Just say hello. We appreciate you. But if you're going to say hello, please remember to like the video as well. We appreciate that as well. We like a like on the video. Right, I've got the video set up in the background. There we are. It's ready, so you can see I am prepared today. I've been sitting here for the last 20 minutes preparing. Oh, preparing for this woman. Look at her. Hello, Erin. Taco, taco, taco time. Erin Hack. Oh, Paddington's over there. I can't reach him. Hey, Dr. Hines, I just told everyone your brother's doing a boxing match. I said it's in London. I hope it's in London, but Dr. Hines will be back with us next week. But yeah, his brother's boxing tonight. Whey! Do you know what I mean? So hope he wins, or at least you have a good time, Dr. Hines. The girls are all dropped. Oh, see the chat just gone dropped off. All the women just gone. No, 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 no. I'm gone. All the women are like, nope. If Hines is not here, we're out. Where's the cuteness going to come from? Good luck to Brother Ketchup. Exactly. Exactly. Dr. Brother Ketchup. I love it. Imagine if he did come out and fighting now in the red corner is Brother Ketchup. Hey, Dr. Ketchup, my niece, I can hear her screaming. She's trying to get my other niece downstairs because they're leaving, I think. So yeah, so Erin, welcome, Erin. Lovely, always love to see you, Erin. Um, if you want to know where Erin's from, just go outside, see a yellow bus. If you see someone licking windows, that's Erin. That's Erin. Just a reminder to everybody, say hello in chat. I'll say if you're on replay crew, skip it. The next 10 minutes. Let's see if Matt's come back to me. No. Okay. Uh, Also, yeah, like the video. Also, if you want to, Sherry yesterday. This is yesterday. I don't know why it's on today's stream, but thank you to Sherry yesterday. She became a blue wench yesterday. So if you want to consider becoming a member, please do so. Right, this person, Lou, I told my chat on Thursday, I believe it was. If we do not see Lou on Saturday, I have to message her because everyone's like, "Where's Lou? Where's Lou? Where's Lou?" I said, "You're moving, so you're busy." So if you had not turned up today, the chat had to remind me on Monday to message you to see where you were and if you were okay. So I'm glad that you're here. That saves me messaging you now. But hello, Lou. Long time no see. I hope life is treating you well. Is all I can say. And that moving house is not not stressful as it. I thought I could hear her speaking to me. I hope it's not too stressful. Are you having guests today, Delon? Well, am I not enough? Am I not enough, Erin? That's the question. Would you leave if it's just me? Um, so I'm hoping that we have guests today. Difficulty is, I'll be honest with you, right? When I started this with Matt, it was an 8 week thing every Wednesday. So Sally and Dr. Hines, I approached them both and said, "Look, do you fancy doing this with me? I think that'd be good. If I don't know either one of them. I'd watched them. I thought it'd be good to have their perspectives on. I think they're both excellent streamers in their own rights. But this is like, how many weeks is this? This is probably 8 weeks now, 9 weeks maybe, and we've probably got another 20 weeks to go. So I can't expect everyone as guests to be here every single Saturday. So I leave it to them. If they can make it, they can make it. Dr. Hines can't make it today. I know that Sally's got a client today. Hopefully she can pop in. Mighty Meat, I've offered. He's not responded, but hopefully he can make it. Here he is. Mighty Meat would be here. So there we are. No, yeah, I tried to start early see, to get all this out, all this nonsense out of the way. So we got one guest confirmed, Mighty Meat. Matt's coming. Hey, guest. Matt's not a guest. Matt's main man. Matt's definitely coming. Matt is here. Well, taking consideration, Matt's definitely here. And same with Matt, with Mike Demi. I'll be sending Mike Demi a link every single week. Um, you know, I don't expect him to be every Saturday because he's got a life. Do you know what I mean? So you can expect me always to be here and Matt to always be here. And then I expect other people pop in when they can. Lady Law is another one. Whenever she can appear, she's always welcome as well. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I don't commit people because I think it's wrong. I lie to everyone say it's an 8 week program, and we're like in week 9 now. So thank you, Lou. Do you know what I mean? Lou's so nice. This is why I missed you, Lou. You're nice to me. Everyone else, fuck yeah. Talk about people that are not nice to me. No, yeah. How are we doing, nuns? I'm living in chaos, boxes everywhere. I can imagine. I can imagine. I've moved a few times. I don't envy you at all. And of course, the one for Matheau Moore is a crown jewels. Yes, well, I mean, without him, it's a little bit different, isn't it? So we will not be doing this that long. Well, I don't think you'd be coming back here, to be quite honest with you, for this long. So just in case, Erin and Lou, I'm not sure if you know, but we're trying to do this now. This case, so we were doing so long, like 7-8 hour streams. People were liking it, so we're doing it now like a 2 hour stream. That's why it's going to take us probably a year to go through this. We're doing like an hour, half an hour to an hour testimony every week because people can't commit to watch it on Saturdays, so they like to rewatch it. And anything over 2.5 hours, they like this too long. We can't watch it, it's too long, which I respect that. So I'm trying to keep a balance here. But it's also something for you guys to look forward to on Saturday as well, you know. So hopefully you guys don't mind that we should cut it short, but we'll have more weeks together. And just so you guys know as well, we've got another case happening. Well, day 4 starts on Monday, but it's, well, I mean, what's it called? The Krieger family. It's on the ticker now. Krieger family trial. Watch my playlist for the Krieger family trial. Day 1, day 2, and a little bit of day 3. 3 defendants, 3 sets of attorneys, 1 prosecution, 4 murders, cartel, bike, bike gangs, drugs, affairs, everything. Bus slickers, Erin Hack. We've got everything. Come and join us at 12 o'clock Eastern on Monday. I've got direct access from the court. Judges authorised it. I got a live feed from the court. I got access to. So if you want to join us, the only thing is it's like a 3 to 4 month trial. They predict, but join. And on that line, remember, purchase Matheau Moore's book. It's down here. You go to Amazon, and all you need to do is type in Emily a stage suicide in Ohio. Enter. Then you can purchase his book. Also, if you're a supporter of him, free Zachariah Anderson. We're big supporters here, free Zachariah Anderson. And the next bit's coming out. If you want to view another case, you're not used to any, but what injustice looks like, go to www.freezachariahanderson.org. With it, you see the case, you see how he is basically, he is innocent. It outlines everything. You get in touch with Zach if you want to. The family are great. There's videos and stuff there. Also, they're $15,000 short of their goal for payment for a defense attorney in January. So if you want to give out this summer, this winter, this whatever, this Christmas, then please consider donating to Zachary Anderson, whether that's through buying merchandise or whether that is donating to his pages. All the links are in for Zachary Anderson. Yeah, if you could, that'd be a very good Christmas because the guy honestly is innocent and the family do so much and they still got another $15,000 to go. So yeah, we're out here, and Matt says all the time that he doesn't ever want money because he's got his freedom, and he don't realise how not important money is until you're in prison. So if you can donate anything, dollar, whatever it is, please consider giving it to Zachariah, because that's a huge injustice. So there's a few more people here now. Just Jurors, if you, I did give you a shout out, Mel. I did give you a shout out. Hey, Chris, how are we? Hope you're well there in Australia. Upside down. G'day, mate. G'day, mate. Australia, I love it. Hey, just Jurors. Chris Mullen. That's the Free Zachariah son sign. Hey, Chris Mullen. Hey, just Jurors. Good morning, Erin. I'm none here. Erin Hack, Chris Mullen. So I start 15 minutes early because of this. I try and get. Oh, Tuddy Pip's here. Hey, Tuddy Pip. I went through everything quickly. How are you doing, Tuddy Pip? Long time no see. Tudley Pip, Free Zachariah Hansen. G'day, mate. G'day. Put another something on the barbie. That's not good. That's not good. Tudley Pip, Just Jurors, Dunya. They're all lovely. Right, where is this? Here he is. Here, Matt's here. Right, I better send him the link because he's probably lost. I'll send him another link. I know you've lost. Go, mate. Right, I sent him another one. So Mighty Meat's confirmed he's coming. Dr. Hines, his brother's got a fight, so he cannot be here. But he popped in to say hello to everyone, and Sally might be here as well. Hey, Dudley Pip, through Zachary Anderson. So yeah, we're good. As I said to you all probably know we're keeping these like a 2-hour streams every Saturday now. So you can see, you probably see me for the next year every Saturday. but I don't mind that. I love it. And if you can join me on Monday for this unique trial as well, the Kariga trial, it's going to blow your minds. So have a look at that. Right, Matt's seen it. So once Matt or Mighty Meat comes, we'll start. Matt's probably having technical issues. Monica's here. Hey, Monica. Hey, Monica. Now, Monica, you're new to a lot of these people. They're all nice, right? They are all nice in chat. They're lovely people. Everyone actually in chat was spoken. They're all lovely. Monica is a new member, so Monica's lovely as well. So you get on with everyone here. You know some of them, but some of them you don't. And Tracy, all the way from Nevada. Hi, little Tracy. Good morning to you as well. It's evening here. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but hello to you. I'd be caught up in the. Oh, you're watching that, are you? I'm watching another trial, Krieger murder trials, the quadruple trial, the quadruple murder trial. I'm watching. Just started, 20 pips. So that's where you've been. So we won't be seeing you for that trial then. But it's all good. I always pop in though, 20 pip. I always like to see when you just pop in, say hello. You know the score. Just pop in, say hello. And then leave. It's fine. But I always like to see that you're okay. Hi, Monica. Hi, Tracy. My man asked, "Are you sure I'm lovely?" Well, you're lovely to me. You're lovely to me. You've always been nice to me, so I can't say anything. But actually, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. He's a brave man. He's a brave man. Are we starting a new trial next week besides the main show? No, just the main show, Lilia. Only because once we know of other trials coming up, we might put some stuff in. But we'll have a chat next week, Lilia. We'll have a poll. We'll have a poll up and see what's going on, yeah? But right, talking about the main man. Oh my god. Oh my, this is gonna be a disaster. I can see it coming. Look at him. Here he is. Hey, buddy.
What's
Can you
up?
hear me? Yeah, good. Can you hear me?
Am I sideways?
No, you're fine. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you today.
Happy days. Right. We need to get into this because he's not going to last. Let's be honest. Mark's going to fuck this up somehow, isn't he? So we've got to start this trial somehow.
Where are we at?
Right, hang on. Let me go through this quickly. Hi, Lunia. Hi, Tracy. Of course. Happy days to the pip. He's cracking up. Hi, Lou. Okay, thank you, Dylan. So late to start now. Yeah, on Monday. They can start Monday. But we'll have a chat on Monday, all right, Snoons? Just more watching the chat thing. No worries, Mel. I love that smile. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Erin. Hi, Josie. Lou says, hello, Matt. Hello, Matt. Matt looking good. Motherfuckers. Hello. Everyone's like, Matt's looking good. Hey, Matt. Matt smiles. Lovely. What about me? What about me? Jesus. Anyway, Matt, they all say you look awesome with your smile and your hair and your beard and all that. Right.
Thank you.
No.
Who's joining us today?
Mighty Meats.
Mighty Meat. You gotta love that guy.
Yeah. And maybe Sally.
The last time he was on, he said that Grubbs was either a really bad cop or he's corrupt.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm what more, what can I ask for from the guy?
I know. Stop. Let me guess. I'm coming. I know. I'm joking, guys. I know. Thank you, Mel. I'm joking, guys. We see your mug every day. We love on you all week. That's it. Right. Let's start this then. As I said, Matt, we're keeping this to about 2 hours every Saturday now. So we'll crack on it.
Any
said
questions,
we start.
feel free to ask.
Put them in. Hey, Christine, I've been sewing up stuff, but I'm still here. Right. Here's Matt with no hair.
When was a phone belonging to Emily Noble collected?
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, we're still on Grubs. Cool.
Detective, now I want to get into...
We're on Grubs for the next few weeks, man.
Yeah. Diane, wait until Diane gets a hold of this guy. You're going to love it.
No, I'm just trying. Right, there we are. Yeah, we won't be having Diane today. She's going to be, I think, next week.
All right.
Because 2 hours for us, Matt, means about an hour of testimony between answering questions and stuff like that, So,
Okay. Okay.
So.
But I do have a lot to say about this guy. I mean.
No, this is. Hey, Matt, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So it's great. This is why we do 2 hours a week. So maybe we'll have half an hour today on this guy, but it'll be a
Right.
2 hour stream, and the rest of it will be
All
you
right,
speaking. You know what I mean? So you carry on saying what you want.
Right on.
Do you know what I mean? So no, it's fine. Hey mate, I missed you though. I missed you. It's been a week. We missed that week, and I was like, "Where's Matt? I missed you."
Last Saturday, I just drank heavily all day.
Happy day. Did you have a good Thanksgiving though?
Yeah, it was okay.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I got some good people out here in Vegas, so.
Good man. Hi everyone. Hi Matheau Moore. It seems an age since I managed to get into the stream. Looking forward to it. Sandra, welcome. Sandra, look at the Kariga trial as well. Maybe we're streaming on Monday. Hi Christine. And just I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Mathew. He did. He got drunk. And now,
thank you.
Right, guys. We've got me, Matt, and we've got special agents. We've got special agent James Bond.
Yes.
Not quite James Bond, but he's better than James Bond. I've only met him once, but I think he's amazing. And a lot of you supporters of him, you need to go and support his channel. You need to go over there, subscribe,
Mighty Meat.
become a member, look at his content. He's out of this world. He's got loads of stuff about space and all that.
Yes.
But I love his football content. So I follow a lot of that as well. And Matt is on his channel every single Monday. So go over and support Matt, Mighty Meat, and his co-host as well. So with that, here he is, Special Agent 008, Mighty Meat.
What's up, gentlemen?
Mighty Meat.
How are we doing, sir?
Oh, not too bad.
Good man.
Rainy Sunday or Saturday.
I know. It's not great, is it? So, I'm just going to get your link here. So, the Mighty Meat's link is in the chat now. Most of you know who Mighty Meat is by now. I mean, you've gone over to his channel anyway. Spell it Special Agent, man. Aaron Hack. So, mate, it's really good that you are here. I do really appreciate the fact that you're here. I think you give such a great insight into stuff for us that we don't know about. You give a backstory of the fact that you've worked on in the law aspect of it with the police, all. Well, you spoke about it last time, but with your background, it's quite special, I think. So I think having Matt's insight is great, and having yours is also great. So I do appreciate you being here.
Yeah, no problem, man. Glad to be here.
So the chat and me were chatting earlier on. I know you popped in. Originally, this is supposed to be an 8-week trial, but it's going to be like a year now, obviously, with the way we're going. But like I said, I'll always send Mighty Meat an invite every week, but you're not expected to be here every week, Mighty Meat, because obviously you've got a lot of the commitments. But anytime you can give us, we appreciate. I'll still keep it every week. We're trying to keep the stream for 2 hours every Saturday now. So, yeah, so always welcome to come in, my friends.
Appreciate it.
So, no worries. So here we go. Before we start, good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. So enjoyed it.
Did you go to the Lions game?
I didn't go this year. So we used to go religiously. I used to be a season ticket holder for the Lions, and then I just got tired of losing. Got so tired of losing.
Yeah, and look at it now though. Dan Campbell's got him going at the minute. So,
yeah, hopefully. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. But
yeah, you like the underdogs. I like the underdogs. So
yeah.
Right, Grubs. Matt, have you got anything to say to start off before we go, or are you happy for us to play and then stop it? Man, can't hear you, man. Oh, this is bad. Mate, you can't hear you. Now, No. Jesus. He was working as
Fine.
well. I know. Oh, this is a nightmare. We'll crack on with it, and if he comes in, I don't know what
How
is
about
with my
now?
stream. Yeah, can hear you. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah. Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, Matt. Matt, we can hear you. Yes, we
I'm
can
gonna
hear you,
leave and
Matt.
come back.
We can hear you. Right. You wouldn't expect it any other way. Let's be honest, yeah. We wouldn't expect this any other way. Yes, we can hear you. I don't think he does with my TV. Does he have this issue with you?
I told him to turn off his camera to try and save resources, and that's seemed to help quite a bit. So
Okay. Matt can't hear you. Can you hear me now, Tutty Pip? Jesus Christ. This is like, do you know what I mean? This is what I love about it. It's just no one can ever accuse this stream specifically of being like false or made up or it's just like you can't make this shit up. Do you know what I mean? Every week we just fuck it up. Like anyway, let's start the trial, and then when he pops in, he pops in. But same for you. Anything you want to say, mate, just speak up. Do you know what I mean? Don't wait for it to pause. Just jump. Honestly, just jump in. Here we
Talking
go.
about cell phones. When was a phone belonging to Emily Noble collected?
Tuesday, May 26th of 2020.
And what was going on at that time? When was that collected?
And that was during the knock and talk with myself and Detective Peachy.
When was a phone collected from Matt Moore?
Wednesday, May 27th of 2020.
And when was that phone collected?
Approximately 4:30 in the afternoon during the execution of the search warrant.
Were both of those phones that were collected in late May of 2020 provided to Detective Leckie?
Yes, they were.
And after Detective Leckie formed his portion with the phones, did you receive back these reports, these extraction reports that we're talking about here?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with those types of cell phone extraction reports?
Yes, sir.
You have experience dealing with them?
Yes, sir.
And were you able to sort through the different tabs and the information that was on the phones as Detective Howard testified earlier this morning?
Yes, sir, I was.
And you were able to create additional reports or search for certain materials and distill that down rather than having a 200,000 line timeline?
Yes, sir.
Before we get into talking about some of these reports, what time are they in?
They're in the Zulu time, Greenwich Mean Time. Essentially, it's the standard of time for the rest of the globe it is based off of.
What I don't know if we know this, but why do they do that though? Like Greenwich Mean Time all the time. What is it? Is that a known thing, or why can't it be like Central Time or and stuff like that?
I think so. It's to have a standard so times don't get changed over. So if you're like Eastern and then but it was Central, then there's an hour difference there. So just for standardization, go off one time. So
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
It's just a bit annoying though, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
It's okay for me because they go off my time, but for you guys, Jesus.
And so in order to convert to what would have been local time in May of 2020, what do you have to do?
From the time shown, you have to subtract 4 hours to get the current time as it is in Eastern Standard Time.
As part of your investigation, did you review texts between Matt and Emily?
Yes, sir, I did.
I'm gonna mark this for identification purposes as State's Exhibit 81.
See, he just looks, not Matt, the Grubbs just looks uncomfortable on the stand. Looks like he hasn't been there before. And I know he hasn't.
Yeah, because this is his first assignment, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, first big case.
Do you think, and I'm speculating, do you think that he is confident in his case?
No.
No, and that's why he might be nervous, yeah. Have you, like, I've never experienced it, but is there examples of, well, there probably isn't, but like, of detectives that have, I don't know, I was thinking myself, like, if I was a lead investigator and I was like, okay, this is going to trial, I'd have to turn around to the prosecutor and say, hang on, mate, I genuinely don't think there's enough here. I think we need to scrap this. But that seems to be uncommon. It seems to be like, wow, this is the best we got, so go for it. Don't care what happens, just go for it. It just seems like that a little bit, you know. But I might be wrong.
There's two things. One, you have to have ethics, and I'm not sure he does.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Agreed.
you're in a constant dance with your prosecutor. And it's even worse. I was in federal law enforcement, and we had federal prosecutors who are 10 times worse. And you're in this dance because the cases you want prosecuted, you sometimes have to go out on a limb for the prosecutor in a different case. So if the prosecutor brings a case and then asks you to opine on it, you have to make it look good, or you're not going to get the nod on the next case that you really need prosecuted or really want prosecuted. So the prosecutors are kind of petty, almost. So if you don't help me, I'm probably not going to help you. You know. So that's the way the system's set up. So
it sucks, man. Do you know what I mean? It sucks like that. But yeah, it seems like that. Mythic can't figure out never. You're right, Josie. Hang on. Lady Law, hello, Lady Law. Obviously, I've sent you a link. If you can't make it, that's fine. But hopefully, 1 week you can make it. Well, yeah, and obviously, we got experience with the Zachariah case and stuff like that. That we know that they can't ever admit that they're wrong. Yeah, it's just intriguing. It does take a lot, I imagine, to be like, okay, guys, I fucked up. There's not enough here. You know, that would take a lot, I imagine. Do you know what I mean? But I'd respect the hell. If I don't know, but or maybe I'm built different. I think we're built different in the sense that I'd respect him. As in, if I was his colleague, I'd respect him, like his superiors. I'd respect him to go, well, so you don't think it's enough? He goes, no, I don't. I'm still not sure. Do you know what I mean? I respect that. Obviously, they're built different, I imagine. They don't think like that. They just want convictions, I imagine. I don't know. Just sucks.
They've become such political positions, and the old adage in politics is die with the lie. Like, go all the way to the end with it.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but it's become a very political. Everything from detectives, prosecutors, judges, they're all political positions. So it's just die with the lie, just run it up and see what happens. So
Yeah. I totally got a good point here. Taxpayers' money that's been wasted in a weak case. Yeah. Yeah. And also, if someone's wrongfully convicted, as we know it happens, and not just Zachariah, I mean, but in general, we know there are other instances of it. Then the appeal costs money. Then, if hopefully they get acquitted, then there's another potential trial. Why not get it right the first time? You know, so
right.
Yeah. Right, Grubbs.
Were you able to see this document in front of you?
Yes, I am.
And looking up at the top, can you tell us what State's Exhibit 81 is?
This is a text message conversation between Emily Noble's
Doug, Mama.
phone and Matthew Moore's
That's my
phone.
co-host.
And
Oh!
does the first
She
page
should
of the
pop
report
on.
reflect that those are the two participants?
She's
Yes,
not
sir.
feeling great, so
And does the next
Not
part of
this
the
week.
conversation?
Not this
Yeah.
week, but pop on, Dog. Tell her to pop on anytime she wants. Hello, Dog Mama. You're more than welcome to pop on anytime. Come on with Mighty Meat anytime. Honestly, it's the invite's there for you. So next week or the week after, whenever you feel like it, please come on. It's lovely to actually meet you. So good. So thanks for popping in. Right, Lady Law as well. I've sent you a message, Lady Law. Paying to prosecute himself. Well, this is the other side of it, isn't it? Like, Matt has to actually pay. Like, I would not like to know how much he actually paid in the end. To me, so in the one hand, yeah, his tax money pays for the prosecution, but on the other hand, his personal money has to pay for his own defense. And that's why I think it sucks, because for me, and I know reality doesn't work like this, but for me, Matt's now innocent, obviously, evidently innocent. So the state should now pay for his defense. Be like, right, okay, you know, we'll pay the $1 million or whatever it was for your defense. But it doesn't work like that. Obviously, it can't work like that either. Those be skint, but it's just wrong, I think.
Yeah.
Don't mind. Right.
And what type of conversation this is?
Instant message conversation.
And Detective, the State Exhibit 81, do you see there how many pages it is?
It looks to be about 503 pages altogether.
And is that
Right, Lady Law, go and look at your messages. I know. Matt, speak.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
yeah, we can hear you.
This is on my shitty phone. I don't know if it's gonna last, but
Well, it's working. So,
all right.
go on. What are you going to say about Grubbs earlier on?
He was the lead detective in my case. This is his first homicide. This is his first leading a homicide case. He's only been a detective for 2.5 years. Before this, what he did in Columbus, Ohio, was he was part of a task force that fish hooked pedophiles. He would go online and hit on, like act like he was a kid, and get sick fucks all riled up, and then he'd go arrest them. So but what he did there is he created crime. I'm not like pro pedophile, obviously, but that's kind of a low ball thing. The guy sits around and does that all day, but he's not very experienced, and it shows. So,
Mhm.
And he lies. I think Mighty Meat, the last time we were on here, he said he was either a really bad cop or corrupt. I'm going to say he's both.
Yeah,
He's definitely
he could very well be
very
both.
smart. He's not very, very, very smart.
Fine. Lady Law says I sound like I'm in a tunnel. So, this is my mic, if you ever could see it, because I just let the chat tell me what to do. So they told me I need to buy this to help with echoes. So I did, but I can't hold it like this, otherwise I look like an idiot. So I just put it down here, but it sounds like
You
I'm
are
in
a
a tunnel.
little. You're a little echoey. Maybe you should put some pillows around your microphone or something.
Well, this is what this is supposed to be.
Right.
The thing is, it's inside there. Well, it's inside there. Can you not? Do you know what I mean? So I don't really know. But anyway, Jonathan, I'm sure he's messing about with me. But anyway, for now, sorry if I sound like I'm in a tunnel. Or over your head, yes, maybe. So anyway, we'll go back to Grubbs now. Lady Law, you were here, yeah. Lady Law, you were here when Lady Law was on, Matt. Oh yeah,
Yes.
you were, weren't you? Yeah, you were on. I have sent her a link, but she doesn't. She's not responding. So
She's a lawyer.
she's a lawyer, yes.
She contributed. It was nice to have a lawyer on.
She's always invited. Just she's fussy when she comes on, So
Where's Dr. Sexy today?
So his brother's got a boxing match today.
Oh, athletic.
In
Cool.
London. Yeah, so he was going to come on, but he could only do like an hour. So he's like, oh, do you know, I'll come on next week. He finds it quite rude for him to come on and then have to leave. So he's like, come on next week. Okay. Yeah, if he starts speaking, we lose him. Yes, we do. So
That an
number 3.
exhibit that lists all of the text messages or instant messages between Matt Moore and Emily Noble that you were able to recover from the phones.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk generally about this first. Can you the defendant told you that their relationship was a sine wave, I think he said, or a roller coaster.
Yeah, he kind of described it as very up and down. Yes, sir.
That's
Did
a
your
very poor description.
review of their instant messages.
What was it up and down? For what?
They're making it sound like it was a very up and down relationship as it pertained to our text messaging. There's over 500 pages of text messaging between Emily and I between November, when she got her new phone, and when she went missing. There's 10 pages where it's questionable, where we were kind of bitching at each other. That's not a sine wave. That's not an up and down relationship.
Normal.
This guy's like this, up and down, every day comes back. Not true. I don't know if you kind of understand that, but they're trying to make out a story that we had a tumultuous marriage, and he's going to try to prove this through these text messages. You're going to see 500 pages of text messages, 10 pages out of that, and you wait to see what we say to each other. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. We had the sweetest relationship. Push play and you'll find out. But when this man makes misrepresentations on the stand and he knows he's lying, he knows he is.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says it was an up and down relationship, it wasn't. That makes it sound like that it was constantly we're arguing, then we get back together and we're arguing. It just was not the case.
What's
up, Comer?
Comer. Never heard that name before, but Mighty forced me to come here. Well, welcome, Comer. You're more than welcome here. I love that name. So, and thank you, Mighty, for forcing people to be here.
Yeah. Threats work.
No, threats work, exactly. No, welcome, guys, and thank you, Comer, for being here. 3 questions for Matt in the chat, guys. Hi, as I put in, but guys, I meant. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, thank you very much. I don't know what NOK is, what region that is, but thank you very much.
Norwegian something. He's from Norway. So
Norway, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Reflect that.
Yes, sir, it did.
Generally speaking, can you give us an idea of what kinds of things you saw?
There was very much an up and down text conversation between the two of them. 1 minute it's I love you and I packed your lunch and I can't wait to come home, and then the next minute there's just you better not be drunk when I get home, and just
Did you ever say that? You better be drunk.
Emily didn't appreciate me drinking before she got home from work. She wanted me to wait for her to get there.
Yeah. He's probably got a handful of examples, and he's just used one. Do you know what I mean?
But no, there isn't 100 examples. There isn't.
Handful.
Out of those 500 pages of text messages, this man has 10 pages. And wait till you read them. I mean, it's not "fuck you, bitch," "I hate you," fucking if I see none of that. Wait till you read it. And if anybody wants to read all of them, I have them. If you read it all in context, you're gonna be there's nothing there. There really is nothing there. They just needed to find something. The worst thing I said to her is I said she was shallow one day. I said, "Emily, you're being shallow." That's the worst thing I said to that woman. I've had other relationships in my life, dude. You kidding me? We were horrible to each other. I mean, we just say the worst things you can think of saying to somebody. We would say it to each other. Emily and I were not like that.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to listen to this guy lie to people and not say something. It might not seem like a big deal to you or someone that's just watching, but when you're in my position and you know what these people are trying to do, they're trying to create a story that's not real. So he's lying.
Yeah.
And he's not good at it. I don't know if you know that, but I mean, look at this fucking guy.
No, he's not.
He's horrible at it.
No.
I'm sorry.
I can imagine.
Push play.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, I can imagine in your position though in the trial, you're very annoyed. For me now, never seen the trial. It's like you don't appreciate it because we know the verdict. We know, it's like whatever. Get through with this guy. He's a prick, whatever. But in the moment, I can imagine how frustrating this is.
Just know that I've been through this and I've researched it. I've watched my trial. I don't know how many times. What they do is they inundate you with information that doesn't mean anything, and it confuses the jury. It does, and they'll tell you things. They call it throwing stuff on the wall and sees what sticks. That's the term they use, and that's what they do, knowing that there's nothing there, just to try to trick the jury into saying there must be something here. There's 30,000 pages of discovery. There has to be something, and they only have 8 days to listen, and then they get another couple days in deliberation, and it works. It's a scam. These people are scamming you. They're not looking for the truth. For him to say that it was a very much up and down relationship, 1 minute was lovey-dovey, then it wasn't. It was all lovey-dovey. And then once every 6 weeks, we'd have a small argument, and it would go right back up. They don't have a case. He's lying to you. Either that or he's really stupid. That could be too. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say it's probably both. Right. Let's play.
A lot more
the little
negativity with the
details
downside of it as well.
The what?
Little details that I think that people should be aware of, because it happens at all trials. This is what they do.
Yeah. No, that's what I appreciate. That's what I'm saying. Always, and this is what for you, Mighty, me as well. The intricacies of all this, like, there's a lot of stuff here I won't get, or it'll go over my head. But if both of you, whatever you want to say, just jump in and say it. If you feel it.
Mighty Meat, did you ever testify at a trial?
Yeah. Yep. This guy. Okay. So the thing that strikes me the most with him is he's just not confident in what he's saying, and that comes off, and it should come off to. I don't know if it comes off to lay people. Like I said, I did this for a long time. I look for this kind of stuff in people, but he's just not confident on the stand. He's very.
Is there any chance that he's doing that on purpose because he doesn't want to convict me? I know that sounds weird, but they did so bad. At some point, I smoke weed too, so I'm like, they're doing this on purpose because they don't want to. They had to bring me to trial. But they didn't want to send me, so they just like took a dive. Is that something that's way out of, like, I should never think that? Or
as far as the prosecution, they don't have to bring anything. As far as Grubbs, no, I think he's trying to better himself and get that promotion. I think he's trying to get the conviction, but just my personal opinion. I think he's just really poor at his job.
I didn't. So. If you watch it and you analyze it really, really specifically, it's like they're throwing the case, man. Literally, they bring people up on to testify for me. Like her sister got up there and said, "I know my sister wasn't suicidal because I asked her if she was when her husband died, and then when my son Joey died." That to me, I mean, that doesn't take a brainiac to figure out that she had issues with suicide, and that's why she's asking her. Why are they putting her on the stand to say that? Is the prosecution that dense, or are they just?
I think they're just that bad at their job, Matt. Yeah, honestly, I just think they're poor.
You convinced me. I no longer will think all this weird stuff. They're just stupid.
Let's face it, it's a smaller town in central Ohio. They're not prosecuting murders every day. Like, this is probably a rare case for them. Yeah, I haven't looked in depth, but I just assume it would be a rare case. So, so they're not used to it. But what's up,
Do you
Neil?
think that they would bring a case? I mean, this I just learned. My and who's gonna get it? My attorney Diane Menasci was on a podcast, and she was being interviewed. She had her 3 really knock them out of the park cases, and mine was one of them. When they got to my case, she started to describe what was going on. And she said, before the trial, they got together. She talked to Grubbs and his supervisor, I'm thinking it was Lieutenant Detective Alloway or the chief of police or whatever, they were laughing about how weak the prosecutor's case was. Grubbs told her that she was going to destroy them, and they literally were laughing about it. And then he turns around and he goes on a TV show and he's like, we never would have brought this case to trial unless there was enough evidence. He's lying. He's fucking lying. It was behind closed doors. Menashe got on a fucking podcast, wasn't thinking, said some shit about they knew that this case was weak. I find it hard to believe that they would bring a case like this that was so weak and be worried about losing. I don't see it. I think that go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's why it was 8-9 days worth of trial. I mean, this realistically could have been a 1 or 2 day trial, but the idea here is just keep throwing stuff at it. Keep throwing stuff at it because human nature.
And that's a tactic. That is a tactic. Just keep giving them stuff. It doesn't mean you said that the first time I talked to you. That's what they do. They just keep giving. It doesn't mean anything. You're not gonna be able to connect the dots, but people are like, there must be something here. I'm not gonna sit here for 8 months and just go through all this shit and figure it out. You're just a juror, right? And it works, right? So well, that's like it didn't in my case because I had Diane Menashe. But if you got some shitty lawyer,
but and like you said, when the first time we talked, like people trust in the system. They trust that people are going to do the right thing and that they're not going to bring it unless there's some articulable evidence. So they give benefit of the doubt to our government and to the prosecutor. And so you're already starting one down and then you just overload them and they're just lay people. They don't know what's going on. They don't know.
Am I wrong to say that guilt or innocence actually becomes secondary and it's actually the conviction or the getting meat into the grinder? You know what I mean? Is that something that's I shouldn't be thinking either?
For most of the state, I would say, yeah.
It appears to me these guys, they didn't really care too much to figure out if I really did it or not. You know what I mean? They just built a case so that they could bring a case to court, spend the money to kind of, it's like the churning of a huge account. That's the vibe I got.
Yep.
Because this is their main guy. Listen to this guy. Let's listen to him. And this is the guy that ran the show. I mean, come on, man.
I know. Right, Neo Dark Matter. Hi all. Hello to you. But Tony Pip was just jumping on board what you say, Matt. It's happening in the Young Thug trial as well right now. They're just throwing stuff to the wall. Hello, Neo. Also, there's a Wrongful podcast on YouTube with Josie. She started about Zachariah. Please give that a follow.
Get a hold of me.
Yeah, there we are. Neo Dark Matter, thank you for subscribing. Josie's one of the mods. She's almost home. I can start posting. It's all good, Josie. It's all good. It's the weekend. You enjoy yourselves. Sadly, Chris Mullen from Australia says, sadly, there seems to be so many state cases where they try to make their case fit to defend them rather than seeking the truth. And it's hit and miss whether the jury is smart enough to realize it. And yes, guilty and innocence no longer seems to matter. Getting a conviction, no matter what, seems to be the goal these days. Yes.
There must be decent people that are prosecutors, right? No.
There's a couple. There's a couple.
Then they got a real shitty conviction rate because they're not They're not framing people. You know, they're probably not gonna. They're not tough on crime type people, and they're probably not gonna.
Yeah. Right. Tony Pitts just downloaded the book, man. If you want to go and buy the book, go to Amazon. Emily, a Suicide from Ohio. Type that in, the book comes up. No matter which country you're in.
Thank you. Yeah, your scrolls look great today, Dylan.
No worries. Thank you, mate. Diane Menashe. I've watched a few interviews. Diane Menashe. I've watched a few interviews she's done. She's an amazing lady. Yes, I've liked what I've seen of her so far. So
I'm a bit critical of her, and I'm going to go into it at the end. But
yeah, that's fine.
I think she knows what's going on. She knows the system is corrupt, and she ain't talking about it because she don't want it to change because She's making all that cash. But I'll give her this. I think she makes up for it with her pro bono work. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, maybe she thinks she can do the best by not coming out and like exposing the whole thing as corrupt. But maybe she's, hey, I'm going to do some pro bono work and get some people out of prison that don't belong there, which I think is amendable. I'll give her that.
Yeah. Right. We'll cover that right at the end anyway. So for now, we're all. I've never seen it. This is my first try with Minaj. So I'm impressed so far anyway. So, right, Grubsy. Let's see what Grubsy's got to say here. Also, Matt, we saw you as well. You're looking very untidy. No tie today in court. Bit lazy today, I think you were. So that's okay.
Did that up and down relationship continue throughout the entire
let's get Zach out of jail? I'm sorry.
That's a good segue. Zach needs a further $15,000. He needs a further $15,000 by January to pay for his lawyer. So we still want $15,000. Please go buy the merch
today or something.
Yeah, buy the merch or go to Give Send Go.
Dude, that dude's innocent. That dude's innocent.
Yes, that's why we support him. Dude. That's why we support him. So please visit freezeupriot.org and merch. All profits go to his fund, and also there's a fund that you can put in. He's another $15,000.
They're working on his appeal, right? They're trying to get an appeal right now or something.
He's got a lawyer, but they need another $15,000 by January to pay. So
he had a horrible judge. That judge what was the matter with that guy?
Yeah, he's just retired. Yeah, he retired last week.
He should have retired 10 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. So right, we'll carry on with this one. I'm going to speak with afterwards.
Messages, or instant messages that you were able to recover.
No, sir, did not.
And when did that change?
It was very much up and down from the beginning of it at the end of October until approximately beginning of April. And at that point, it seemed to be the up and down. There were no more ups, and the conversation just seemed to be going down at that point.
I have to say something.
Yeah. What?
Do you want to wait for Diane Menashe to address that, or would you like me to?
No, address it, because we won't see Diane for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. So we'll go address it again.
This is in my book, because this is that's a lie. He's lying to you. He just said that our relationship via the text were very much up and down from November when she got her new phone. That's the records they had, up until April, the April before she went missing. He said it would, and then after April, there was no more ups, only downs. He's making the case that we started to have problems. Wait until he goes more into it. Emily started working from home because of COVID. We didn't text at all anymore. That's why we didn't have that up and down thing he's talking about. What he's going to say is he's going to say we use the word love all the time, but we just start saying that we're getting through Joey, the death of my son. So we were very supportive of each other. And we were always telling each other we loved each other. It was part of our text messaging, and we checked every day. We texted. Then all of a sudden, we just stopped using the word love, and he'll be like, "This is coming up. How many times did he use the word love between November when she got her phone and the April before she went missing, which was only 2 months before, right?" He gave a number, it's like 100 times or something, and then they said, "Well, how many times did they use the word love from April until she went missing?" And he says 0. I don't think it's very difficult to figure out. We didn't text at all anymore at the beginning of April because she started working from home. She was home all the time. Yeah. He knows that.
Right.
It's a fucking lie. He's lying. And he didn't think that my attorney was going to fucking figure that out? How fucking stupid are you? He's like, looked at him. He's like, yeah, she started working from home in April. End of fucking story. She didn't even have to explain it to anybody.
Yeah.
That's huge. And there's more of this. I mean, I think that's a really big deal for him to come out and say that.
He looks stupid. He looks stupid in that case.
Well, yeah. He's trying to frame. He's trying to put an innocent man in prison for the rest of his life. Yeah. He's a bad man. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a really big point. He's lying. Yeah. We stopped using the word love, Grubs. We did. Why? He's trying to make you think it was because we had problems in our marriage. No. Emily started working from home. We didn't text at all. All those text messaging between November and April, every day we text. All of a sudden, we just stopped. There's no texting. It just disappears. That's another thing you should read the book about. It's really interesting. But I think I made my point, right, guys?
No, you have. We'll get back to it again in a couple of weeks when you have.
Sometimes I don't know if people understand what I'm saying. But I'm gonna help you do.
Look, we do. It's fine. It's fine. You do. We do understand what you're saying, and I think when it comes up again, we'll explain it again. It's fine. So yeah, no, it's good to have that insight.
Sorry, I had to mention that because that was.
No, it's fine. We got Commerce ZZZ saying, and this ties into what we were just speaking about, convictions tied to promotions, question mark, that's a good point, that people just want convictions so they get promoted. He gives an example of how the police coppers patrol low-income neighbourhoods, mostly black before, but now also white, for easy arrests, and looks good for a higher rank. I love that at the end. But it's true though, isn't it? It's true, I think, what you just said. Is the more convictions you've got.
If you're a bad person, you could do something. I mean, go do something else for a living, I guess. Why would you ever? I mean, Mighty Meat. You probably saw that. It's probably part of the reason why you got out of it. You're like, I can't do this.
Yeah. It just got too political, and it got too it wasn't the reason I signed up to do it. So I walked away from it. And I know that's hard for people to do. Like, not everybody
Best
can
thing
do
you
that,
ever did, brother. That's
for
a good
me.
move. Yeah, you get your soul. A lot of these guys, man, they do this for 20, 25 years. They get older, they get more mature, and they look back on their careers and they're like, oh my God, how many lives have I ruined? You know what I mean? And maybe they can't start sleeping at night. Maybe it gets to them. You don't want that in your life. Who wants that?
No. Darth Idiot, hello, I'm very stupid actually, Matt, he says. Wait, he wasn't talking to me. Hi, chat. I like that sense of humour. Thank you, Darth Idiot. I like that kind of sense of humour. Hi, Darth, welcome. Hi, Josie, Darth Idiot. You're all good, Matt. I understand what you're saying. We hear and understand Grubbs is an idiot. Nunya, yo. Yes, I totally understand. Why do you need to text if you're at home all the time? Exactly.
Right.
So
why would he even bring that up in trial? Like he was going to trick people or something? How did they know that Diane was going to find that? I knew it. I was sitting in jail and I figured that out. I don't know.
Well, let's see him say it. Let's see him say it.
As part of your investigation, were you able to load up that report and search for individual words?
Yes, sir.
And were you able to search to see how many times the word love appeared?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about March of 2020.
Okay.
Did the word love appear in the instant messages between the two of them at that time?
Yes, it did.
And how would you characterize that?
It's Meatwad, Darth.
Good morning, my love. I love you. Just in a typical sense, when you hear the word love, as to how somebody would use it.
After that beginning of April, after that time in March, how many other times did you see the word love in their messages to you?
The last time that I saw it was April 7th of 2020.
Fair to say you don't know what they were saying to each other in person or in other potential ways of communicating.
Blah, blah, blah. That's a shit
point.
With
regard to the instant messages, the word love doesn't appear any longer after the beginning of April.
That is correct.
He knows it. Look at his body language. He knows that he's fucked up on that. Like, he knows that.
He knows he's gonna get busted.
I think so. Like, just looking at his turn and his, like, I don't know, man.
Oops. No, I agree. He doesn't look comfortable, does he?
He looks uncomfortable with saying that. He's like, I know it's not right, but I'm going to say it. Like,
does he
kind of
think it's going to get
turned away?
But do you think he really thinks it's going to be effective in some way? Or, I mean, did the prosecutor, his attorneys tell him, yeah, we'll get away with this. Don't worry, say it. Don't worry about it. I mean,
yeah, I mean, so the prosecution is coaching, and not directly coaching, but they're conferencing with this detective. Obviously, they're in the same damn building. They know what's going on, you know. But they're working close with him, and they're dictating what they're going to ask him, and yeah, he has no other.
So why would they allow it? Why would they allow it? I mean,
I don't know.
Does it make any sense to you?
He was uncomfortable though. He turned away from the jury, and he had kind of like he was withdrawing from the situation. He didn't like that question. So
and it's his fucking lawyer asking him it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear Diane ask him questions. He turns into like this. He's like, he can't even say anything. It's crazy. Watch it. You're gonna love it. I'm sorry, I'm taking up too much time. Watch this shit.
Oh,
it's fucking hilarious.
It's your time, so it's all good. The one thing we got is time, Matt, because you're actually one of the good ones that didn't get prosecuted and end up in jail, as in prison for the rest of your life. So
there are so many people in prison like me that didn't have money, and they put shit cases like this one on, and they work because they don't have proper legal representation. It's fucking horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
No, and that's why we don't mind. That's why it's interesting to speak to you, because you've got such a perspective of having been in jail, being wrongly accused, but thankfully came out the other end as innocent. So not many people can say that, because many people got prosecuted. So that's what we want to hear your story. Oh, Jay. Yeah. Oh, man, this is busted now. There we are.
I think I'm going to mark first portion of these messages as Exhibit 81A.
Grubbs is a bad poker player. I know that much.
Yeah, he looks it, doesn't he? What was she like then? I've not seen much of her yet. The female attorney, the prosecutor. Yeah, what was she like?
Schiffel?
This one.
She was neurotic.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, she was horrible. She had a horrible argument. She's the DA. Wait until you see her final argument. Wait till you see her argue the Rule 29. If you know what a Rule 29 is, where they just try to get the case thrown out of court. It's like when all the evidence is over, they're all done, and they have a chance. Diane has a chance to just be like, Judge, there's no evidence here. Just throw it out. And judges can do that. So they had this argument. So they both have a chance to talk. You wait until you hear what this woman says. I mean, there's no evidence. So she's like, Your Honor, this case is largely circumstantial. And the judge goes, yeah, it is. He's like, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, she's horrible. She gets upset. They're actors, right? Lawyers are actors. Or cops, especially when they're in this situation, right? And if you ever seen a bad movie with bad actors, you know what I mean? Like a C movie. Dude, it was right when I was getting arrested. I was like, you guys aren't even real. You could tell, like, when you see bad actors in a movie, like bad acting, that's what this was. They're just really bad actors. And Menage's like Meryl Streep,
So weird watching you, Matt, with your bald patch, and now you got such long hair.
Getting up there.
Difference in hair. Yeah.
Members of the jury, you are going to hear some evidence about text messages that were obtained through the extraction you've heard about from these devices. And these conversations, the texts involve two people, Emily and Matt. They're being offered to you as evidence as to what Mr. Moore said. The statements of Emily are simply being provided as context to his statements. And I will tell you that that is the only reason they're being offered. They're not being offered for the truth of what she said, which means they're not, her words are not to be considered as evidence by you.
Right. I get that. I get that. Why you can't, because Emily could have been in some weird mood or trying to manipulate me. You can't really say that it was like that. You can't use it as evidence because you don't know where she was coming from when she was saying things. But you can mean my thing. You understand that?
Yeah.
I see hear the whole sentence now.
But you may consider his words and give whatever weight you believe appropriate to his testimony. So I wanted to give you a sense or my own context of what the meaning of the conversations are and how they are to be considered by you. So what he says is something you may consider. What she says simply will allow you to provide an understanding of what he says or what he says next. But what she says in and of itself is not evidence.
By saying what he says and what she says, you're referring to them coming from their devices, right?
Right. You're going to hear about chats they had, messages they sent back to each other. People do that these days. They don't talk to each other, they text each other. So that's what's going on here.
I merely said that because there's no way to link the device to a person. It's just coming from
I understand. Again, you just listen to what the evidence is and you'll give whatever weight you deem appropriate. Please proceed.
So that was the juror saying that, yeah?
Huh?
Well, that was the juror asking that question, was it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I thought so because I was like, "Who's that speaking?" I think that's a juror.
I don't think they're ready for juror questions yet, though. I think that there was an issue, and the attorneys wanted to get that figured out. I don't. You might be right. Is it over? Is Grubb done testifying or?
No.
No. They don't do jury questions until the end, until both sides have asked, have done their thing, and then they get, and it's at the end. So there was something else going on there.
That's weird. Okay. Sandra says, "Oh, we love Sandra. I've missed Sandra. I've not seen her for ages." But Matt, I watched the trial and Zach's. I felt the same way through. Amazing how the cases even go to trial. Was so happy for your verdict. Cried with you. Devastated for Zach. Yeah.
I saw his sentencing. I didn't watch his verdict, but that dude's strong. He's a tough dude, and he's smart. I think he'll fight. That kid's gonna fight, and I feel real good about an appeal. I really do if they get a good judge.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm approaching English March Exhibit 81A. Can you take a long look through that document?
This is a question that always comes up, but you always answer it. But we'll answer it, Erin. Matt, are you planning on going after anyone or any establishment civilly? So are you going to sue anybody?
I was told because I got indicted by a grand jury that they are free from any civil litigation for prosecution. And another reason, that might not be completely true, and I don't like racism at all. I don't dig talking about race at all. I think we should all just stop talking about it. I contacted 20 attorneys to see what kind of money I could generate somewhere. I didn't care where. And I was told, because I'm white, it would be like, most lawyers aren't going to take your case for wrongful prosecution. This dude said, those laws aren't made for middle-class white people. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't pay attention politically, but that's what I was told by a lawyer. And I probably shouldn't even have brought that up, but it's a thing that's going on right now. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but nobody will take my case. I talked to 20 attorneys. No one was even interested.
No, that sucks. Right, so that answers that. So I think Erin knows Darth Hideous. Erin, yeah, you do. Matt, maybe you reach out to Sean Martin again, to see if he has any ideas. He's a criminal attorney, but he'll give you an honest answer, just an idea.
Like I said, 20 attorneys. I just stopped. And every once in a while, hey, you need to talk to this guy. You need to call these people. Every once in a while I will. It's the same thing. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know. But nobody will take my case on for any of it.
It's weird. But the law is weird. It's complicated, you know. So most people don't want to take it on. They said, no, there's a win there. Do you know what I mean? So that's what makes it strange. Because
I don't think lawyers like suing other lawyers. I don't think lawyers really like, especially if you're in that town and you're doing business with everybody. You don't want to fuck that up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, they all know each other. They all know each other. They all do. That little town, Columbus. All the high-priced attorneys. They know all the fucking prosecutors all around. They work with each other. Wait. When this is all over, I'm going to go into that if you have some time. Just give me a little bit of time, and I'll explain to you about Diane Menashe and the system that she's involved, that I was exposed to. It's not like what you think it is.
So
it's not.
Just so you know, I mean, look, we started this. Well, you and me started saying we'll do this in 8 weeks. The whole thing, you know, every Wednesday. We're every Saturday now, and I said to the chat, I said, this will take a year.
Right. I'm cool. I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I'll be there the whole way too, man.
I know you will. Yeah. So even though we're just doing a couple of hours each Saturday, it'll take at least a year now to do this. So there'll be plenty of time to go.
Are you getting a good response from people about just doing the shorter segments? I mean,
yeah, people prefer it. There's more people watching Replay Crew afterwards now than there was. It's weird to me. So I started the video today, and I get to see dislikes and likes, and there was more dislikes on the video than likes. And I've not even started the video yet. So this one, and there's another series I'm doing, get the most dislikes out of every series.
Well, is it because we're not letting the trial flow, or because of what I'm doing?
No, I think it's just the trial. Do you know what I mean? Some people just genuinely think you're guilty. So
fuck those people.
Yeah, there were comments.
I thought they were upset with the quality of the fucking what we're doing here. No, yeah, you're always gonna get those fucks around.
I mean, look, if there are, then fine. But
Dylan, you know what you ask them? Ask them, why do you think that? You know what they're gonna say? Nothing. They don't know why.
Yeah. I don't get. I spoke to one last week and said, again, you're invited. Come on. You invited, but there's no response. So
come on.
Yeah.
Tell us why you think I'm guilty.
So I don't mind either way. Likes, dislike, it's all engagement for me anyway. So I really don't care. It doesn't matter.
Right, cool.
If you engage with it. It's happy days. So, but yeah. So there we are. Welcome to the criminal justice system. Yes. Absolutely enjoying. Thank you. Well, yeah, these guys enjoy it. It's my guess. A flood of people hate it. Yes, you can't stop the wine mums, Matt. Trolls will troll. Yeah, look, we don't care.
I'm used to it.
It's fine. But comments are people much prefer the 2 hour shorter versions. So I prefer them as well because I stream 5 days plus a Saturday, so
I saw that.
it's easy for me. So
I just want everybody out there to know. At any point, if you have any question at all, I'm not gonna be able to read it, but if you want it explained to you, get a hold of me. I'm easy to find, or call in, or whatever. Do whatever, and I'll explain whatever you want to know. I'll explain it to you.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that people, the people I got in chat now, most of them I know anyway, and they're all gobby and they're all women, so you know what they're like. They're just like blah blah blah. So when they got a question, chat will be inundated with it. So I think because you're explaining stuff along the way, there's not many questions because you're explaining it. So, but trust me, when there's a question, these guys will be telling you. Do you know what I mean? So I know that about these guys. So the majority of them anyway. So.
And this is for people in the future when this is taped, maybe 2 years from now, when you're watching it. Get a hold. I have a Facebook, I have a fucking Instagram, I have a YouTube. Get a hold of me, and I'll answer any questions for you. Any.
And all the links are in the description box for anyone 2 years down the line. It's still in the description box. So, right, let's watch a little bit more of this then.
Detective, do you recognize that document?
I do.
And generally speaking, tell the jury what it is.
It is part of a text thread conversation between Emily Noble's phone and Matt Moore's phone.
This one has to publish things of 81A to the jury.
No.
Good.
Detective, first to help orient us here, can you tell us what is on the left-hand side?
Those are the messages from Matt Moore.
And can you tell us what's on the right-hand side?
The messages in green on the right-hand side are messages from Emily Noble.
Underneath the actual content of the message, do you see where it says status?
Yes.
And what does that indicate?
There's a status of sent as well as a status of read by the recipient.
I want to start with this conversation. What's the first message from?
First message is from Matt Moore.
And what date is this?
It is November 21st, 2019.
And what's the time in Eastern time?
In Eastern time is going to be 11:57:02 a.m.
And what was the message from Matt Moore?
It says, "You're super strong. I love you for that."
And the responses?
The response from Emily says, "I'm trying. Thank you."
Your Honor, if I may, I object to the testimony of the response from Emily. No issue with the phone number. There's been no foundation that Emily was the one that sent that text message.
I think it goes to weight, not admissibility.
Well, what is being responded back is not evidence anyway. I've already instructed the jury to that. So we're simply going to deal with his statements. These other statements are context to what he says. So I've instructed the jury to consider his statements and not the other statements. So we'll understand that these are responses to statements made by the defendant. We can proceed accordingly.
All right. Detective, in your review
He's a good judge.
of the cell phone, up until after Emily went missing, did you find anything that suggested somebody other than Emily Noble was using her phone?
No, sir.
Detective, I'm showing you page 2 of this exhibit. Do you see 2 messages there from Matt Moore's phone?
Yes, sir.
And what did those say?
The first one says, okay.
And what did the other ones say?
Next text message says, why does it bother you so much? Am I mean?
Does that mean anything to you without considering what led to those statements being made?
Objection as to what it means to you.
Who's Mr. Before I forget, who's Mr. Anarchist and you stream with? Is he a friend?
He's my buddy. He's Art. He's actually in the story. He's one of my friend. He's my friend from Vegas that flew out. I wrote him a check for $5,000. He was on Dateline. That's Mr. Anarchist. We have a we're political, so we're just kind of rapping online right now.
Fine.
Why did he say something? Did he chime
No,
in?
no, Erin Hack. When I said that my chat, I gotta be. They're also nosy, Matt. So especially Erin. So,
yeah, he's my buddy. Art. It's Art. If you know my story, Art's in the story. Art was one of the guys that flew out to Columbus, not here, and they accused him of being an accessory after the fact because I gave him a $5,000 check when he left. That's all it took. You don't want that. You don't want people thinking that of you. Trust me, especially in the political environment we're in right now. He works. He's got a boss. There's a lot of things going on. He doesn't want that in his life. The dude flew out to help his really good friend search for his wife. And you know what they did? They turned him into an accessory after the fact. They sent the FBI out to his house to talk to him. Then Schiffel flew down to Florida because Paul and Art flew in on that Friday and helped me search for 11 days. So what they did is they went out and started harassing him. They harassed my brother. My brother's got a ding on his record. Our churro's clean. He ain't got anything. But my brother had he had some shit going on when he was a kid. And they leaned on him. Bad people.
Right. Let's see the ejection here.
It would be all right if I was guilty. That's just police work. But they knew I wasn't. So it's just, what the fuck?
No, I'm not asking him to. I'm not asking him to opine. I'm just asking: is that statement by itself, does it make any sense without the context of the statement that comes before it? I was just doing this one backwards to explain the court's evidentiary ruling.
Same objection with respect to speculation.
All right. Well, I'll just show him the message that came before.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you read the message that came right before those two things?
The message from Emily Noble's phone says, I want to know if you start on vodka before I get home. I can't watch that again.
And what was the response?
Okay. And then why does it bother you so much? Am I mean?
And what was the response?
The response from Emily's phone is not mean, unintelligible.
You guys just heard that, right?
Yeah.
And what did Mr. Moore say at that time?
Yeah.
If she was in any kind of danger, like they try to make it out that she was in danger all the time, that I was an abusive husband. Does that sound like something an abusive husband and wife who have problems would say to each other? They go into my drinking. Oh, he's a heavy drinker. He probably blacked out and killed his wife. And said, I asked my wife, I'm like, she's like, I can't handle you being wasted. And I'm like, why? What am I mean to you? And she's like, no, you're not mean. I just can't understand you. That's fucking evidence that I murdered my wife. That's just the opposite.
Yeah.
And I don't know why these, this is in the book. I don't want to get everything away that's in my book. They would do shit like that. And I'm like keyed in. I'm focused on everything they're saying. And I'm like, that dude just told everybody that we didn't have a troubled marriage. And I looked at my attorney, my assistant attorney, and I said, and I would explain that to her, and she's like, yeah, I know. And I go to her, well, why are they doing that? She got sick of me asking that. Finally, she said, Matt, because you're stupid. They're dumb. And I was like, there's no way they're that dumb. There's no way they could be literally that stupid? And she's like, yes, they are. I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it.
No.
That's how fucking stupid these people are. He just told everybody in a text message, my wife, do I bother you? Why you don't like what? And my wife's like, no, and he just answered the question for you. It's just crazy.
I got a couple of questions here, though, Matt.
Yeah.
What's going to do that? There's one. Well,
I
one
get a
for
feeling
you.
that you're not understanding me. That's all. I feel like when I say things, it's like you're kind of like.
No, I get you.
If you don't understand me, I'll explain it again. I mean,
I get you. My thing is I've got to do questions and look at other stuff as well. Sometimes I look dumb. But no, I understand what you're saying 100% personally. I think the chat understands as well. So if they don't,
wouldn't you think that they would go into the text message and go, well, there's another one coming up. You should see what they do with this, where she says she's afraid to come home. And they put it on Court TV. You know what Court TV said? This is live on Court TV. This is how fucking scumbags those people are. Emily says it. They cut to commercial. And this really sexy lady, one of those hosts, I forget which one it was. She's not a tiny lady. She's gorgeous. And she looks at the camera and goes, Emily Noble, afraid to come home. That's all you need to know. Oh, that's not biased journalism. No, they're fucking centrist. Fuck Court TV. Are you kidding me? You're gonna get the proper story from Court TV?
Yeah, it's a soundbite. It's a good soundbite, isn't it? So
she was afraid to come home because she didn't want to start bitching at me or whatever. It's not like she was afraid to come home. She was physically afraid I was gonna hurt her. But that's the way they made it out. And anybody with half a brain can figure that out. But if you read, and actually he reads the text message for you. And makes my point. It's just, I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm sure all your viewers and everybody's gonna get it anyway. But I'm just making sure that you see this shit for what it is, man. They are so bad at this. I mean, this case is horrible. For them to get on there and say something like that, I wouldn't have allowed it. Don't say anything about the text messages, man. Just keep them out. Just keep them out. That's really good evidence for the defendant. Why would they even? But they're like, no, he's on the stand reading my text messages, which has the opposite effect, complete opposite. It's hard for me to believe that they're that bad at what they do. That's all.
But I also think, and this is just me thinking, like you had Minaj, but they're also used to poor lawyers. Not every defense lawyer is good. So if you were a public one, maybe they don't pick up half the stuff that Diane picks up on. So
maybe stuff like that works, right?
Yeah,
stuff like that would work.
Yeah, that narrative, getting that in the mind. I'm just speculating. I have no idea if that's true, but it's just maybe that's why they continue to do it. I don't know, Mighty Meat, what do you think? You've probably seen more than I have about stuff like that.
Yeah, so my thing is, and I'm a little further ahead, as you know, and have seen all this. But the only thing I can never think is if I was on the stand and you were going through my search history, my web history, my text messages, I'd be guilty in a heartbeat, even if I didn't do it, because I don't know,
they could put a story together,
and right. I mean, I do a show where I look into and cover some weird stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah, they get you.
I would be screwed.
They'd have your number.
I would be screwed.
My shit's benign. I mean, this is the worst stuff that they have. I mean, we were really super sweet to each other. We weren't even fighting. It was just
holy hell! Don't ever look at my Discord messages. I'm guilty of everything. It's over. Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I can think is myself in this situation. Mine would be much worse, and I know that. So
yeah,
I don't know.
No, that's good. That's a very fair. I'm saying if you go on my Twitter, I tell people to fuck off and all this. So if they say, "Have you got a aggression problem?" Well, no. Well, you just told this person to fuck off 20 times. Okay,
Right.
that's Twitter. So that's different. But
I don't want to. I want to make sure that you guys understand what just happened. One more time. I'm sorry. They're trying to prove that I murdered my wife, right? And to prove that, they went into my text messages and they're going to show you some shit. And you know what he said? He said, she was coming home from work one day. She texts. She's like, "Are you drinking?" I'm like, oh, no. Why? I mean, whatever. She's like, I can't handle you on vodka brain again. So don't drink. And I said, why? I mean, what, am I mean to you or something? And she's like, no, you're not mean. I just can't understand you. That's evidence that I'm a violent guy, that my wife was in some sort of danger. Why would they bring it up? You know why? I asked my lawyer that. You know what they said? I told you. They're fucking stupid. They don't know what they're doing. Isn't that awful? It's horrible.
Yeah.
And it cost me every fucking dime I had, my house, everything that I was worth to prove it. It's criminal. These people are criminals.
Yeah, and we see a lot of in trials, Matt. It is, but I think we see a lot, like using Zachariah as an example. For instance, when I first watched it, I thought a few things are dodgy. It's not until I understood, speak to Solomon, how dodgy and wrong everything was. So now we're getting that view from you knowing all this, but in the moment when you watch it, it's like it's hard to understand what is a lie, what's not. So it's normal watching it at the minute. Now we know the backstory. Now we know what you've been through, what's been said, and once we see Diane up there, that's where you can then go, hang on, what the
She
fuck's that
doesn't
going to do?
explain things. She trusts the jury. She said, "Hey, this is so obvious that I'm just gonna state things and let the jury figure it out." She didn't even have to explain things. I was worried. I was like, "You need to explain what you're talking about." That was a really good point, Diane. She did. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, she points things out. She'll just mention things and just get it in, and then they can deliberate. It was amazing. That woman's amazing.
Right. We got 2 questions here, and then we'll play a little bit longer. One's for you, Matt, but it's only a small one. It's from Monica C, saying, "Who was the long-haired lady in the gallery in front of you?"
The long-haired lady in the gallery, she was wearing kind of like a multicolored jacket. With glasses. She's actually a friend of mine now. She got a hold of me. She is a crime story junkie, crime whatever junkie. She loves stories, and she's a writer, real smart. She goes to Crime Con. You guys know what Crime Con is?
Yeah.
It's a convention for So she's saying she was had some time up in Ohio, and you can go to those trials. Anybody can go. So she was just there for most of the time, taking notes. She met Diane Managgi, took a picture with her and put it on Facebook. It was neat. Yeah, I talked to that lady. I forget her name. She's got a weird name, but she's cool, man. But she's helped me a couple times with advice.
So CrimeCon might be. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's where all the true crime people go and stuff. There's one in Nashville coming up now. Matt's thinking of going in August next year. So
she's like a true. She's the type of person who will go to. Right.
Oh, it is in Nashville. Nashville's not far.
Yeah. I think the next was next year. Yeah. You can put CrimeCon in, you'll see it. I was thinking of going to it, but I'm not sure anymore. The next question, Matt, you can. It's not for you, Matt. So don't worry. What? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
You can't hear me, can you?
Yes, we can.
I plan on going to Crime Con and selling my book. I asked if I could speak at Crime Con. They're gonna get back to me. So I'm gonna get up there and tell my story for 45 minutes and be like, "I got a $10 book here if you want to," whatever.
Yeah.
I guess all the Dateline people are gonna be there, so I know those people. I know the Dateline folks.
The next question then is for Mighty Meat. I'd love to hear. This is from Mel, just curious. I'd love to hear what your first impressions would have been had you been an officer on Matt's case.
So that's hard. So my first impressions, it would have been really thin. I probably would have went to the prosecutor and said, "What are we trying to do here?" But I think that I think that it's tough to say because again, it's such a there's such a political position to that kind of like I would never be a detective because I never went with the flow. So but if I had, like, there's a lot of horse trading. There's a lot of giving up something to get something future down the line. So I certainly would have investigated it, but I wouldn't have put much stock into the murder theory. I just don't see it. I really don't see it.
Mighty Meat, why do you think they went so early with murder?
I think they saw an opportunity. Like I said, again, I think it's a small town. It's smaller town. Not much excitement probably happens around there.
Don't you think they would have needed some sort of evidence, something?
No, unfortunately, no.
Grubbs was on Dateline saying, I had a funny feeling. Something didn't seem right. You can do this to people because you have a funny feeling. You would just think that maybe his boss would be like, nah, you got to have something, man.
You get a lot of latitude for gut feeling in policing. A lot of latitude. If you read my book and you watch these podcasts, he got the folder, the case, Tuesday morning. He came into work. Monday's when I called her in. Tuesday morning, he's at my house doing a knock and talk with another detective. 4 or 5 more detectives show up. Is that normal? She just could be crazy lady and just like took off, or who knows, or had a boyfriend or anything. They had a task force with the first day that he got the case. And the next day, he got a warrant with no evidence. Who the fuck is going to give someone a warrant with no evidence? What judges kind of do shit like that? Isn't there like a certain amount of time that you have to wait? I thought it was 48 hours before you can even call people in. Unless there's reasonable suspicion, and that's.
I mean, what was the suspicion? Where is the suspicion? I mean, what was it? There's no physical evidence, nothing. They knew nothing about Emily. He got the case. If you see that body cam footage of me, I am cooperating 100%. Oh, well, he said he brought up suicide when we didn't even mention suicide. Grubbs makes that point. Sorry, buddy, you totally fucking mentioned suicide. It's the first thing you asked me. I didn't fucking tell you right away. And because they had me not, because he had asked it earlier. You know what I mean? And it took me a while to finally, and I was like, suicide, man, I brought it up because I'm trying to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, that's evidence. We didn't say shit about suicide. There he is bringing up suicide. It doesn't make any sense. He's not being genuine with you. He's not.
Dylan,
and he's still doing it. He's doing it on TV now after trial. He just did it for Long Crime Network. He's fucking lying, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about people sharing stuff, but I can explain it. So
yeah,
I put it in the chat if you want to look at it. Here's the reason. One murder, so rate per thousand is 0.03. That's why they did it. There was something compelling, and they thought they could do it. So
the thing that was compelling was that they were going to spend all that money on an investigation. What made them think that there must have been a little part of them that I might have done it? Where's the evidence? What was that stat again? I mean, I don't understand.
Here,
I tried to open it, but it won't open. It says the page you're looking for does not exist.
Oh, you might be in the U.S. or it might be a U.S. page.
Hang on, I think I know what I've done.
I can see if they knew she was dead already and they keyed in on me, they didn't know whether she was alive or dead. There was nothing pointing to the fact that she was dead. Nothing.
Right.
It just and they literally had a task force level of men committed to this case within 10 hours.
No, I'm on the US one, and it just won't open.
Huh.
Oh, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Hang on.
I threw it up,
need
but
to-
again, I get it. I don't know how I feel about sharing. So
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Let me just take that one down and then this one. Share screen. That's it, yeah?
yep. So if you roll down a little bit to the graph, it says there's a violent crime graph.
That one? Or is it more?
A
Oh,
little
violent
bit
crime. There we are.
There we go.
Here we
So
are.
so you see the national median line 4, and Westerville's violent crime rates per 1,000 is 1.34, and violent crime includes robbery, assault, rape, murder, all those things. So yeah, that's why it was compelling. There was an unexpected death that they could.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Come to
There
the
was
end.
no evidence that there was a death.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that they just ran with it. I think this shows me that there's nothing there to get law enforcement, to do anything. So they probably saw it as an opportunity. And if you look at, I mean, down a little bit further, the violent crime reports. I mean, we're talking one murder. I mean, these are insanely low numbers.
Right.
Insanely low
Westerville's
numbers.
really nice.
36 assaults. So that's why they were bored. They were bored, saw an opportunity, and ran with it.
It's a reoccurring thing that I say constantly. My guilt was secondary. My guilt or innocence was secondary. Whatever the fuck they're doing, it ain't had nothing to do with finding out what really happened to Emily or what really happened. Right? It's just it's money. It's government getting bigger, more power. It's just I was meat for like this huge machine that they threw me in, just grinded me up, and everybody made money, dude. Everybody made money,
right? And as you can see,
except me.
Yeah, the murder rate is less than half the national average. So like that shows me nothing's happening there. They were trying to use the toys that the taxpayers pay for. They were trying to use the information that taxpayers pay for, and they had to produce something. So this they thought was their best shot. Like there was some mystery to it. They were okay.
They love to brag about the what they use. They love to they like to talk about like in my book, Dylan, if you read it. At the end, they're like, when I got arrested, they were like, we'd like to thank all the agencies that helped us with our investigation, and they listed them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Look at all the money we spent, guys. We look at us. We used every avenue that we could think of. And here's the list of them. Some of them is like, that. I mean, you wasted. It's literally there. They wrote that part of my book for me. It's like, look at all the money you fucking just wasted.
Right.
Well, not wasted tax money. They all got paid. All the Equisearch and the fucking dogs and helicopter, all the police officers, everybody got paid.
Oh yeah.
With your money, Westerville. With your money. And trust me, the taxes in Westerville are fucking stupid. It's stupid.
And the state of Ohio, and I mean,
ridiculous.
So,
Just Jura says, Mighty Meat brings a lot to these streams. Love this concept. Way to go, Dylan. See? This is why we love having Mighty Meat on here. Different perspective. Hello, Anthony Shriboy, from all the way from Wales. There was a question here. I think I forgot what it's bloody gone. I don't know where it's just lost now. Hello, Kiko. This was an interesting trial. It is. And we got Matt here. So if you've got any questions, Kiko, welcome to the channel. Ask away. I hope things have been okay for Stephanie since it appears. I've not heard from Stephanie. I think she's been okay. Hopefully she is okay. Hopefully we get her back on in a few weeks or something. But Stephanie was great, definitely. So, right, let's look a little bit more on this, and then we'll end the stream. So let's have a little bit more.
Back. We'll then try and get here as soon as you can, please.
Detective, I'm not showing you what's labeled as page 66. Can you tell us what that second message there is on this page?
It says, I started drinking at like 11 a.m. yesterday, and I drank way too much. I'm going to start cooking at 5. Do you mind if I have a drink when I start cooking? And I promise not to get hammered.
Another message from the defendant's phone, bottom of the page.
It says, thanks. I'm going to get it together soon. I just need to let this sadness thing run its course. It won't be much longer.
On now page 67, is there a message from Emily Noble's phone?
Yes, there is.
And what was that?
It says you have to stay positive.
And then what did the defendant say?
He responded with, you're afraid to talk.
Uh-oh.
The response?
Response from Emily's phone is, it's difficult to impossible to talk with you when you have vodka brain.
And what was the defendant's response to that?
Matheau Moore says, that is an excuse. You are afraid to be confronted with things you don't agree with. Your intellect is shallow.
Oh, that's the biggest argument we
And
have.
did he continue
That's
texting on the next page, page 68?
That she's shallow.
I'm sorry. You know what? With Emily, I had to take I either was like really nice to try to get her to shut up, or I was mean. You know, I'd play both sides. You know what I mean? We all have wives, right? You got to get them to shut the fuck up, right? Let's try being mean to her today. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll get her to stop bitching. And they're using it, and this guy's reading it as it's like evidence that I was a killer. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Right. It's interesting because majority of chat are women here, so they get insight into how their husbands are feeling right now. So it's a bit of education for chat as well, which is good. Right.
Yes, he did.
And what did he say there?
He said, you are not interested in what other people think or say. It's not an insult. It's an observation. If you hear something you don't agree with, you get mad and give it no credence. Maybe you should leave me alone.
Detective, the bottom of page 69, can you tell us what that message is?
It says, my toenail is growing back. Looks good. Where did you go last night?
And what was the date and time on that?
It is November 22nd, 2019. Did you want the time? And the time is 12:08:14 p.m.
That's damning. I think
What was
that
the
might be
response to that
damning
question?
evidence right there.
I'm scared to go home. And are you drinking vodka?
And what was his response?
I'm not drinking.
That's interesting. What Sandra says, one interview I watched with Diane Minaj, she said, you know when it's a guilty verdict because more police / prison staff come in when the verdict is read. That's interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So they know before that it's read.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know how, but potentially.
Again, I think I've already mentioned this. Diane Minaj went on a podcast a couple months ago. It was a lawyer on lawyer type thing. And she said that pre-trial, I have told you this, before trial, they got together, Grubbs, Diane, and whoever Grubbs' boss is. And Grubbs told her that she was going to destroy him. And they were laughing about it. They were literally joking about it. Because Menashe said on this podcast, she said, if you can convict a man now off the evidence that they presented, we're all fucked. So she sees it, but they know they had no evidence before trial. They knew they were going to lose. They told Diane that they knew they weren't going to. They didn't have a chance. Well, what are you doing? Money. It's money. My guilt, innocence doesn't mean shit. It's about the money a trial generates and an investigation generates. That's my contention. I don't think they would try to win. I think why would he say that to my attorney? They all know each other, dude. They were laughing about it. Diane was laughing about it. She was like, "Yeah, you don't even have a case here, but thank God you're bringing it to fucking court because this fucking guy is gonna write me a big fucking check." It's a scam.
Yeah,
it's a fucking scam, man.
Yeah, no, that sucks. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I might be way off paranoid about that, but I really don't think they give a fuck. They just want to close cases. You know where I heard that too? I got friends now that are spouses of the missing. I call them. We're all like, we're a very eclectic group. Not a lot of us, but because of Facebook, we talk and we become friends because it's horrible. They put us all through the same thing. And they all say the same. They all have the same thing. They say they just want to close cases. Is that something that I shouldn't be saying about police, Mighty Meat?
No, I think in large part there's a lot of incentive, and when it comes down to it, when you're going to a jury, it is a coin flip. It is a 50-50.
Right.
And yeah, they get to pat themselves on the back. I think we've gone so far from a justice system to, yep, we got to get that conviction, because everybody that gets the conviction is getting promoted. The police department's getting new toys. Like,
it sounds like you're agreeing with my statement that guilt or innocence is secondary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yep.
If they can get away with it, which is probably really easy for them, they're going to bring someone that's innocent into trial because it's advantageous for them to do so.
Yeah. Yeah,
in their head, they get yeah. I get the coin flip thing, but to actually mentally do that as a cop or a DA, knowingly do that to somebody, it's hard to believe until you witness it, and then you're like, does this happen all the time? Is this the way they look at every case? Like every case? How many people do you think are in jail for murder in this country? Life in prison, 25 years, 100,000 maybe.
Yeah, that's probably
maybe more.
Probably safe. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
I mean, there's 2.5 million people in prisons in this country. Out of that 2.5 million, 100,000 are probably hardcore murder people.
Yeah.
I mean, what percentage do you want to take? I'm going to go 20 minimum, but I'll give you 5%. 5% of 100,000 is 5,000 dudes that are in jail that didn't do it. And the Innocence Project, you know how many people they've gotten out since 1992? Not even 300.
Wow.
Not even 300. We're talking about 10,000 guys that are in jail that didn't do it.
And one is too many.
Man.
That's our system is supposed to be set up so it is so difficult to send somebody, to remove somebody's freedom and send them for prison for the rest of their life. And it's flipped. It's not what it was set up to be anymore.
Right.
So,
and we all understand, we're adults, we understand collateral damage. No system's perfect. But it's when you got police like this Grubbs fucking dummy and a DA like this fucking Schiffel and Sleeper, they don't even care about any of that. They're just trying to get conviction. They can sleep at night and do this.
Sandra was just saying, Matt, that the lawyers don't know the verdict, but the staff do. So that makes sense that some of the staff would, just to make sure that there's enough police presence.
I saw it in Diane Menashe's eyes when he got raped. So it was like, and the verdict is, and she looked right at him, and she knew she had a strong case, super strong case. She had to. They told her they did, but she was right. She didn't know. She ultimately could have went either way. Yeah. You could tell just by the way she was looking at the judge. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's scary about it, isn't it? It could go either way. You know, it is a coin flip at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how much innocent you are, it's still a coin flip. Get the wrong jury, and you're done. Do you know what I mean? So
it's probably a coin flip if you're innocent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're innocent, good luck. You got a coin flip.
Right.
You might be all right. But if you know what I mean, I'm sure if there's like blood splatter evidence, you're done. It's over.
Yeah.
And you know what? One of the first things I'll tell you. One of the first things Menage said to me when we were talking about my case when I first met her, she's like, "Just be glad you're not black." There I go, bringing up race again. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that, but that's what she said, and I gotta dig it. I don't think a lot of, I mean, in Westerville, Ohio,
Right.
a black dude probably wouldn't have fared very well. I'll say that.
No. Well, right. Let's play a little bit more then.
I'm sorry. I'll no more race.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Mate, it's your story, so it's fine. We love it. I mean, the chat love it, so it's good.
And you, what I'm marking is Exhibit 81B.
There's a comment just now as well about you.
If I can keep
Mike
it with
Timmy.
that.
Yes, sir.
What was it?
For the record, Andy, what's marked as Exhibit 81B.
Can't find it. Mike Timmy, he even supports Ohio State, so should probably get a death penalty.
Oh, I just hate the University of Michigan.
Do you? Yeah, state. Yeah, that's fair. You got a new head coach now, so
Yeah. Not the guy I wanted.
Well, who did you want?
I really would have been happy with Urban, and there was a lot of talk of Urban Meyer from Ohio State coming.
Wow, yeah.
But now we got this guy from Oklahoma State, or not Oklahoma, Oregon State. Sorry,
Oregon State. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We've lost a lot of recruits over the last 2 weeks, so that's usually not a good sign.
I heard there might be a quarterback coming from California to you.
Yeah.
5-star, maybe. So that'd be quite good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's better than not having a coach. So
yeah, true
for sure.
So I just thought I'd put that in there. So
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do you recognize that document, sir?
I do.
Generally speaking, can you tell me what it is?
It's more the text conversation between Matt Moore's phone and Emily Noble's phone.
Starting halfway down the page there on the left. Can you tell us what we're looking at there?
It's a text message from Matheau Moore's phone.
And what's the date and time on that?
It is December 31st, 2019. Let me back up, adding the 4 hours in. December 30th, 2019 at 10:19:11 p.m.
What's the message?
It says, "I don't want to argue. If you don't have anything positive to say, keep it to yourself, please."
And what was the response?
Thanks a lot.
Now showing you what's marked about my corner of page 215 of that.
That was a vicious argument. That was vicious.
Tell us what we have there.
I could be so mean. I'm sorry.
It's a response to the last message that I just read.
And what was that?
It says, that's not positive.
And further message after that?
The next message is later on December 31st, 2019. It says, I hope you're feeling better this morning. It's New Year Eve. Are we just staying home tonight? I think that would be fun.
And the responses?
Nerd.
You used the wrong word last night several times. Don't know what to say. And then later on it says, it sent me in the wrong direction.
And what was statement in blue?
Try and be positive.
Because he called her shallow. That's the bit, is it?
Vicious.
Vicious. Use the wrong word.
Now I'm being good cop, bad cop because she's mad. It's obvious she's the one that's bitching, right? So I mean, I got mad at her and that didn't work. And then the next day I'm like, hey, let's go out. You want to go out? It'd be fun tonight. And she's still mad about something I said to her. And if you want to know what I said to her, it was a word, and the word was mad. That was her trigger word. I couldn't be any more boring. I'm sorry. We had a real boring fight. Our marriage was boring. She didn't like me saying that she was mad. You used that word last night. It wasn't cunt, whore, fuck you, bitch. It was mad. Because I'd be like, oh, why are you mad? I'm not mad. We're talking about stuff that these dudes should have figured out. And for him to be up there telling you, I don't see how anybody could take it any other way. We got along. We're talking about 500 pages. We're talking about 9 months of text messaging. They had 10 pages, and they're reading those pages to you. This is the worst of the worst.
That's what's scary. This is the worst of it. Jesus Christ.
That's how weak their case is, man. If I was a jerk to her, yeah, put it up. Why are you reading the text? Keep it out of evidence, right? I mean, why would you even bring it in? They don't know what they're doing. These guys are grossly incompetent.
And Carol's here. Hiya, Carol. Lovely to see you. Carol's also a big supporter.
Hey, Carol. I love Carol. Carol Draper. Yeah. She's got a beautiful family. She's really, really nice lady. Super likes your show. Digs my story. She's great.
Yeah. No, she is amazing. Great supporter. I haven't seen her for a while. She pops in and out and stuff, so I appreciate it. Right.
Responses then from Emily Noble?
Yes, sir.
And what were those?
I'm not doing well. You broke me. Promise to not use that word, and it's like you set the direction for my next 24 hours. Why did you use that word repeatedly?
And what was Mr. Moore's response?
You don't have to play games. If you want me to move out, just say, excuse me. If you want me to move out, just please say it. I want nothing but truth in my circle.
The messages continue on the next page.
The response is, I want an answer. And Mathew Moore's response is, I don't want to argue. I'm not arguing. I want to know.
Mighty Meat, you're an investigator. You're a cop. You're reading those text messages. Does that sound like someone who's manipulative, who's very, what kind of husband? I wouldn't let her do anything. Wouldn't let her hang out with her friends. Does that sound remotely like that? That's who wrote those text messages.
I haven't heard a single thing that would even raise my suspicion. Of course, I didn't investigate murders or domestic situations, but there's not a single thing in there that
nothing
that says anything. That says anything.
I asked her
at all.
She's bitching at me. Can you tell? She's mad about something, and she's mad about a word that was said. Emily was crazy. I loved her to death. I mean, I dealt with her. This is how I dealt with my wife. There was no violence. I told her I wanted her to go out with her friends. They would just say it, like Court TV. Court TV said they watched the same thing you're watching, and they said on Court TV that there was obvious abuse. There was obvious domestic violence in our relationship. I'm getting down on Court TV a little bit today, but not just Court TV. We're talking about the prosecutors. We're talking about the cops. It's just not true. I mean, I think you can these text messages are everything. This is how Emily and I spoke to each other. This is us being raw. Where is it, Mighty Meat? Where's the probable cause?
I haven't seen a single thing yet. I mean, it's just not there. It's not there.
What? She was afraid to come home. Did your wife ever say that to you? Maybe, you're a real pig lately, leaving your clothes around. I'm afraid to come home.
Yeah,
it could have been,
probably. Right.
It could have been. That's not, and I just, and that's the heaviest of the heavy. Me saying that she was shallow in some sort of weird argument about whatever. I mean, and then just know that the rest of the text messaging is fantastic. We were getting over Joey's death. We were very supportive. We were always checking in with each other, telling each other we loved each other. I mean, and they just pretended like that shit didn't exist. That's tunnel vision. Literally, that's fucking tunnel vision.
In fact, I know for a fact my wife has said probably last weekend, because my boys and I were doing a woodworking project, and she's like, "I'm afraid to come home, see what you guys fucked up." Like, okay, well, or watch me. She watched me on, streaming and see me playing with. I'm no longer allowed to play with wire and batteries because I tend to catch fire. But like, I mean, but she knows me, so like, there's never anything to it. So
yeah. It's how you can take words out of context or lines out of context, So yeah. I thought, Matt, I'd end it there because there's a lot more text messages coming, and we've got the cross coming as well. And we've got over the 2-hour mark. Well, we're about the 2-hour mark now, so I thought we'd end that there, if that's okay with you. So have you got anything, Matt? Do you want to finish off with anything, or see you next week?
See you next week, man. These text messages, I mean, if you look at and they're not even read in context. If you think that this is evidence of me being abusive or was possessive in any way, I don't know what world you live in. I don't get it. So, but pay attention to these text messages, and things aren't going to get any better. There was a reoccurring thing. One more thing, and then I get it. Was people were waiting for the hammer to drop because everyone was so certain I was guilty. I mean, in the media, I was done, toast. Nobody, people in my family thought I was guilty. That's how effective the tactics are by the media and the police. So everyone, when this trial started, and even myself, I'm like, there has to be something. They must have planted something. My lawyers aren't telling me about it, and I'm just sitting there waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting for the hammer to drop, and it never does, dude. If you think that the hammer would be what they're presenting right now as these text messages is the hammer, okay. It's not evidence that I killed my wife.
Yeah.
It's not. No. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for everything. I appreciate
to see you, man.
All right, guys. Say nice things
about me. Yeah, no, we will. Right. Mark, the prick, has gone. No, right. I won't keep you, but I wanted to make sure that, obviously, please subscribe to Mighty Me. You also cover this trial on a Monday with Matt as well. I think I did watch it. Are you going into day 5 or day 6?
We're midway day 6, so.
Yeah. Oh, I've been on then. So I did watch the one where you're going into day 6. So you're well ahead of where we are now anyway. So, but, I know that Erin Hack, she's around. She's always in there. So please go support. Please go and watch it. It's done differently to what this is. Because you watch longer segments than what we do. We always stop. We probably watched about quarter of an hour today. So we're well behind on it. But please go support Mighty Me. And as I say, genuinely, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but the guy's a weirdo. So he fits in right here, because I'm a weirdo as well. Your knowledge on not just trials, but everything else. This you've got something to fit everybody. So have you got anything coming up that you want to promote or anything for your channel, or you just?
Nope. Continuing as normal tonight, we have Apollo 11. We're reliving it from start to finish, so we're we're coming back to Earth today, so that should be fun to watch. That's tonight, 8:30. But yeah, so
there we are. So go support if that's the sort of my thing. But go and support it. I did watch your the football stuff because you start putting. I love the fact that you put like when the games are on and stuff now, but you had to put Michigan State first. I was like, no one cares, but it's like it's up there first.
Yeah.
So I love that. I would be watching some of them, and I always watch on replay. I give a like and stuff because I can't watch when you're actually live because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning for me. So, but I do appreciate my friend, and hopefully, as I say, you come whatever Saturday you can. I'll keep sending the links. But genuinely, the chat appreciate you. I appreciate you, and you do bring a lot. So, thank you, my friend. And with that, I'll leave you alone. So, I mean,
all right.
You can
thanks for having me, and take care, chat. See you later, man.
See you later, buddy. Take care, man. Ta-ra. So thanks again to Mighty B. What a great addition he is. He is an absolutely great addition. His knowledge. Obviously, Sally and Dr. Hines are great as well. So I think between us, we've all got different views. But Mighty B, please do go and support him because I think he's fantastic from what I've seen. Just for me, quick close. I literally was floored at the text this shit in court. I was thinking that those are bad. Then I know. Can you imagine? Thank you for Monica as well. So for me, just one final shout out. Thank you for everybody for being here. All the links are here. Please go and visit zachariahanders.org. Genuinely, he is $15,000 short. And if anyone has any money to spare, I know Christmas is coming. Jesus, restart to install in 3 minutes. Jesus Christ. Snooze. But there's an innocent man, in my opinion, in prison. So please, if you've got any spare dollar, please give it to Zach, and please go to the freezachariahanderson.org, and there you can either buy some merchandise. There's lovely merchandise. There's a new logo, old logo, both are excellent. I love the old logo, but the new logo, everyone loves that as well. So there's plenty. Buy a bit of both, whatever, or just give to Kimsenko. And I want to promote it because I generally feel that there's an innocent man in prison. So, and having worked with Matt now, I now understand how money's important, yes, but when you're in prison, money means nothing. So to see the innocent man there in prison, if you have the spare change to give, as I say, it's $15,000 short. You need to raise that by January. Please consider donating to Zach and that cause. And there's a great family there, and there's a lot of great work being done behind the scene. The podcast is coming out. The Wrongful podcast is coming out on the 6th. So please support that as well. And if you come to my streams, Josie will always be promoting those as well. So on Monday, we will be live at 12 o'clock Eastern, well, 11:45 Eastern, 11:45 Central, 4:45 UK, 4:46 European, for a new trial called the Kariga murder trial. It's a quadruple murder trial. It has everything. There's 3 defendants. There are 3 sets of attorneys. There's 1 set of prosecutions. We've got 4 murders. Their family, the Krieger family, their step family. We've got the cartel involved. There's drugs. There's biker gang involved. There's affairs. All sorts of stuff for everybody. It's a long trial. It's probably predicted to be about 3 months, but it looks hellish interesting. So that's all that's been done so far. We're on day 4. That's all that's been done so far is an opening for the state, an opening for the defence, and we've got 2 more openings starting on Monday. Go to our playlist; they're all there, so you can take a look. So yeah, if you want to follow that trial, I have exclusive. Well, somebody else might have it now, but I was the only one last week that had exclusive access to the trial. I streamed from the trial. The judge gave me access, so I definitely am the only one that has got days 1, 2, and 3. No one else has them except for me on YouTube. But others might film it as well. Now I'm not sure. But if you want that and you want direct access from court, come to the channel and come support. Thank you all for everything. And Monica says thank you. thanking you, thank you, Dylan, Matt, Mighty Meek and chat. No, thank you guys. Without you guys, there is no stream. So I appreciate you. Appreciate the love that they show me. They show all the guests, and they show Matt. So with that, we're going to end the stream because I'm hungry. And I hope you like the shorter versions. I know that it's a lot longer, but I think that it's better like this. I want to make sure that Matt gets through everything he wants to get out there. I know he's paranoid that we don't understand him, but I think everyone does understand. But as much as he wants to explain, I'm going to let him explain because I think it's a great story, and I'm glad that you all are here to share with his story. So yeah, thank you guys for your support. Please tell other people about this case because he should be celebrated. So again, please go support Mighty Meat. As you can see, he's a very intelligent dude, and he's very unique. So and I don't promote many people, so. He's definitely somebody that I think you should watch. So Kiko, thank you. And thank you for the new subscribers, anybody new here today. So with that, I'm going to say, Tuddy Pip, lovely to see you, Tuddy Pip. Pop in more often. Lovely to see you, Sandra. Hopefully see you around more often as well, Sandra. And with that, guys, I've got my hand in the air. Free Zachariah Anderson. Thank you once and for all. And have a great weekend, everybody. Be responsible. And, Carol, we love you too as well, Carol. Thank you very much. So thank you, Carol, and hopefully see you Monday. But yeah, thank you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Ta-ra. End stream. Free Zachariah Anderson.